Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Ready. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line. 51, down. Check 13. Check 13. 24 is the mark.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Littleton in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Brought down back at the 14-yard line.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Going to throw right side here, complete. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 50. Check 50. Watch out. He's checking.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass. Downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Hey, Zoo.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Going up top. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And that one obviously worked out, but it's one.
And this is the NFL. You're going to be tested a lot as a guy throwing the football. Will you stand in there, take the hit, and deliver downfield? And when you do it consistently, your offensive line loves you, your receivers love you. Everyone does their job to the utmost because they have that kind of confidence in you, and they know that you've shown some toughness, and that's what he exhibited there.
But your body hates you.
No, your body's not real thrilled about the whole thing, but ice packs all around for the QB.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
36. Shift. Watch the shift.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Listen.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The 4-time All-Pro Johnny Hecker is on to punt for L.A. as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Switch. 21.
Now Ryan on 1st down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Greystone, travel. Hey, wait. Go. Gun. 58, the money. No game.
To throw is Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet.
While making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check. Lucky. Hey. I-7. Tackles.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Throws right side, and that's complete. A good pick up there, 26 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have... be a little careful. You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down.
Check. Watch 54. Let's go.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
That's complete, right around the 8. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go.
63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll look to run with Freeman. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Wide.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone, as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now it's Gurley. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. On 2nd down and 4, Goff, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
From the gun on 3rd down, gone. This is caught, it's Cooks. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Vic Beasley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. The throw over the middle taken in. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28. Now a first down throw. Gone. And Woods has it complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. From the gun, here's Goff. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offense.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Zerline good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Check. 58's the money. 58's the money. Hey, South. QB's trash. Let's go.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 48 yards. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 20! Touchdown, Falcons! Matt Ryan now 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Falcons push further out in front. Point after here coming up. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. On 2nd and 11 now. Goff, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing just outside his own goal line. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Gun. Hey, 59, ready. 58, right over there. Yeah.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. Touchdown, Falcons! Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Falcons push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tack McKinley. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, Goff. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick six last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this. These linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up third.
180. 45. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And the Rams first down.
Left. 180. Shell. Here we go.
On first down, it's Gurley. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. but he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
45 is the mic. 45 is the mic. Go, 12, go.
To throw is gone. Going up top for Cup. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
21. Check. Ready to go.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Going down the middle, and it's complete. That one goes for 30 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
Ryan now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10.
58.
Here's Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
Tuesday. No. 61, matchbox lights. Check 25.
2nd and 10, it's Ryan again. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Ready. Black 25. 58. Here we go. Hey, South. Hey, Orbit. 54, Mike. I got him. Mike, ready, South.
From the shotgun, Ryan. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. But wait up now. A flag is down. If this is on the defense, they're going to get the first. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now Ryan. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And his kick here is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. He's going to air one out. And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Woods the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Goff now looking to throw. He gets it to Cooks. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Goff now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Goff toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Check 45. Hey, echo. Check 45 to Mike. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
To the air again. Goff. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. That were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Rams' 43-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Look at the spin. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now it's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 22-yard line. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Corey Littleton, Pro Bowler for the first time a season ago, in to make the tackle.
At the Rams' 20-yard line.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run, Devontae Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside. and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down.
Hey, South.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down.
Here we go. 180. 45.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. Finds an opening past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Falcons, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for L.A., things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.